In today's video, I want to take you guys through a pretty big beta that is open to everyone this weekend. It was also open last weekend, however, it was exclusive to PlayStation Plus subscribers. Now they've opened the floodgates to everyone, and everyone can check out the Monster Hunter World Iceborne beta. You don't even have to own the base game to take advantage of this beta, so you'll definitely want to check that out. On top of that, want to talk about the Final Fantasy VII Remake a little bit. No information on it, but if you do want to pre-order the game, you can get a sizable discount on the game over on Amazon for the Deluxe Edition. It is $24 off. I don't know if this is an issue with Amazon's system. I don't even know if they're supposed to be running this coupon, because that seems kind of absurd to run a deal like this before a game even releases, but nonetheless, wanted to give you guys the heads up on that. We've been waiting for EA Access to also come to PlayStation 4, and we've got an official launch date for that. I'm excited for it. I know it's an EA service, so that is inherently going to make a lot of people skeptical. However, EA Access is a pretty compelling service, and value-wise, it is very good, so we'll run you guys through that. Showdown has a launch window for the PlayStation 4, and Hazelight, the developers behind Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, as well as A Way Out, they're working on another game, and they spoke a little bit on that. We'll talk that at the end of this video. First up, if you've yet to check out Monster Hunter World Iceborne, they ran a beta last week. However, that was exclusive to PlayStation Plus subscribers. Now the beta is going to be open to everyone this weekend. It is live right now, so make sure you check it out. And Monster Hunter World Iceborne is, of course, the first major expansion to Monster Hunter World. Not to say that this isn't a game that has evolved since its launch, because it absolutely has. Capcom has done a tremendous job in updating MH World and keeping it a fresh experience and adding so much to it from the base game. However, now they are doing a big expansion, and some might look at it being like, okay, $39.99, that's kind of pricey for an expansion, but in this case, I'm absolutely okay with it. I'm one of those people that I always hate DLC, I always hate expansions, especially if they're overdone, but in this case, Capcom has done wonders for MH World. They offered so much content from the get-go, and then they stayed committed to the game and did a lot of free updates. Now what, 20 months later, if they want to do a paid expansion and as sizable as Iceborne looks to be, I am completely okay with that. It looks like this is going to be comparable to the content in the main game. I don't necessarily think it's going to be as big as the main game, but kind of close to it, and I think you're going to get your money's worth out of the $40 that you're going to spend for it. And if you're not sold on that yet, again, Monster Hunter World Iceborne beta is open to everyone on PlayStation 4 this weekend, and bear in mind that you do not need to own the base game. So if you had the base game, maybe you sold it, maybe you got rid of it, whatever the case may be, maybe you never even checked out Monster Hunter World, the Iceborne beta is open to everyone, so definitely give it a look. Again, you don't have to be a PlayStation Plus subscriber, you have no reason not to check it out. It's definitively one of the best games of this generation. I'm comfortable in saying that, and you should definitely give it a look. Again, Iceborne will be dropping September 6th for $40, and for those of you that want the complete package, Monster Hunter World along with Iceborne will be released in a complete version for $60. Not all too bad of a price for that, and when that goes on sale, say when the Iceborne Complete Edition goes on sale for like $30, then you're just talking about an absolutely absurd value, but we'll talk that when we get to it. So check out the beta right now. Moving on from that, Final Fantasy VII Remake is one of, if not the most anticipated game of 2020. Of course, it is going to be segmented into multiple parts, which is a little bit of a bummer. However, I know a lot of you guys are excited to check that game out, and best of all, over on Amazon right now, you can get the Deluxe Edition with a significant discount. It's regularly priced at $80, but as of the recording of this video, Amazon is also running a $24 extra savings coupon that is applied at checkout. That means that the Deluxe Edition of the FF7 Remake would actually be cheaper than the base game. Figure that one out. If you're unaware, the Deluxe Edition includes Final Fantasy VII Remake the game, art book, mini soundtrack, steelbook, a Summon Materia DLC, and a Carbuncle Summon Materia DLC, so you get a sizable amount of additional content. Just for that steelbook, mini soundtrack, and the art book, I think it'll be well worth it. And again, you're getting the Deluxe Edition for cheaper than the base game. I know the base game can be found for like $50. Amazon even sold the base game for $50, and I think Best Buy is selling the game with a $10 coupon or whatever the case may be. But if you even compare prices from that standpoint, you get a steelbook, you get a mini soundtrack, you get an art book, you get some DLC, and you're only paying a couple bucks more. Deluxe Edition right now is definitely worth a buy, so check that out ASAP. I don't know if this is something that they're supposed to be running, because that's legitimately a 30% off discount for no reason whatsoever. I mean, GCU offered us a 20% off discount, and that was amazing when that was running. Right now, they're doing an even beefier discount for FF7 Remake. Hopefully, that'll be more of a regularity. The more I see pre-ordered games get discounted, the better it is for the consumer, and the more I'll actually recommend you guys to pre-order games and buy games on launch day, so this is a great deal. Okay, moving on from that, speaking of great deals, I think EA Access is one of the better values in all of gaming. It's $5 a month or $30 a year, and if you are subscribing, I'd recommend to go the $30 a year route. That makes it $2.50 a month. and it is a great value. Not only do you get Play First trials that let you play 10 hours of upcoming EA titles, you also get the Vault catalog to EA games, which includes a sizable amount of games. Dragon Age Inquisition is in there, Burnout Paradise Remastered, pretty much every EA game except the most recent releases. Battlefield 5 is in there, FIFA 19, Madden NFL 19, Unravel 2, A Way Out, and there's much more on there as well. For the price that you're paying, it's absolutely worth it. I believe you also save 10% on EA games. Unfortunately, the Vault catalog won't be as sizable as it is on the Xbox One, just because the Xbox One, of course, has backwards compatibility, and that opens the floodgates for them to offer 360 titles as well. And of course, on the PlayStation 4, we don't get that benefit, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but I would still say overall, it's definitely worth the investment, especially if you don't own a lot of those EA games, a Burnout Paradise Remastered, a Dragon Age Inquisition. Battlefield 5 is typically going for, what, $25 on sale, and for you to subscribe to EA Access for a year for $30. Games are constantly getting added as well. It's definitely a great value, and it will be hitting the PlayStation 4 on July 24th, so that's pretty exciting. Good to see EA Access finally make its way over to the PlayStation 4. And at the very least, even if you go month to month, you can subscribe for a month, check out a bunch of the games, maybe play through them, and then after that month you could cancel and save a bunch of money instead of buying each game separately. Although I know a lot of you guys are just inherently adverse to games as a service, that type of subscription model, so I can understand from that vantage point. However, for those of you that are budget oriented and value oriented, EA Access is definitely a great value, and it'll be hitting the PS4 on July 24th. Okay, moving on from that, Hunt Showdown, a pretty popular game on PC, is hitting the PlayStation 4 later this year, sometime in the fall. Now, it is hitting the Xbox One on August 20th. Unfortunately, not coming day and day with the PlayStation 4 version. This game is actually still in early access on the Xbox One, and this game is actually still in early access on PC. And if you don't know, Hunt Showdown is a competitive first-person bounty hunting game. It combines the thrill of first-person shooters and survival games and packs those elements into a match-based format. Each match pits up to 10 players playing solo or in teams of 2 against each other as they compete for bounty by taking out gruesome monsters in the swamps of Louisiana in what critics have called a unique blend of player versus player and player versus enemy elements. But once players have taken a bounty, they instantly become a target for every other hunter left on the map. The higher the risk, the higher the reward, but a single mistake could cost everything, and death is permanent. In Hunt's quick play mode, 10 solo players compete for the chance to keep their hunter at the end of the match and a considerable amount of gold. It's been received pretty well on PC. Recent Steam reviews with 759 user reviews have it pegged at 83% positive, and that's a pretty good reception. It does go for $29.99. There's a 25% off discount on PC, but I imagine that when the full game drops, either it'll be $29.99 or the price might actually go up to like $39.99, because that's generally what happens when a game does come out of early access, which is a little bit of a bummer. But nonetheless, excited to see Hunt Showdown, a pretty compelling multiplayer title, make the transition to PlayStation 4 later this year. Okay, and lastly, I do want to give you guys a heads up on Hazelight and what they're working on. These are the developers behind A Way Out, as well as Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, 2 tremendous and emotionally moving games. Just incredible narratives out of those games. And creative director Josef Fares spoke a little bit about the game, and here's what he said to VG247. Quote, "What I can say is it's not A Way Out 2, but if you look at Brothers, A Way Out, and the next game, you will see it's the same studio that makes the game, but it will be something completely, totally different, and it will be way more focused on trying to make the mechanics a part of the game, but it's going to be something with a story that will remind you of Brothers and A Way Out, but in a very different way." He continued saying, "I believe there's a lot of potential in telling great stories for more than one person. If you look at the movies today, when we look at them together. We experience stories together. I believe that multiplayer story games are underestimated. There's a lot of potential there that I'd like to explore, but who knows? In the future, I'd like to try different stuff. It depends what idea pops into my head." Him saying it's gonna harken back to Brothers and A Way Out probably means that it's gonna be some sort of cooperative experience, or at the very least, it's gonna be a narrative that tells the story of 2 prominent main characters. Probably a co-op based game, but nonetheless, Hazelight Studios has brought some very compelling projects. I thought A Way Out was tremendous and one of the best cooperative games I've ever played. Honestly, one of the best games in the year that it came out. I believe it was 2017, but I remember harkening back to it and thinking this is one of the best games of the year. And Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons is one of the most emotionally moving games that you will ever play. Given Hazelight's track record, they are building up a solid library of games, and by the time their 3rd game comes out, man, they could be seen as one of the best studios in all of gaming, because I think their 2 titles thus far have been absolute home runs. And that's gonna conclude this video. Again, the Monster Hunter World Iceborne beta is open to everyone on PlayStation 4 this weekend. You don't need to have PlayStation Plus, you don't even need to own the game, you can just jump in and check it out. Final Fantasy VII Remake seeing a very steep discount over on Amazon for the Deluxe Edition, $24 off of its base price of $80, taking it down to $56. If you're interested, do give it a look. EA Access for PS4 launches July 24th. Hunt Showdown hits the PlayStation 4 later this year in the fall, and it looks like Hazelight is building something pretty compelling with their third title. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.